Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Let's see here. Ba-dum-bum. There everybody is. Lee says I am okay. That's good. I was scared. I was very scared that I wasn't going to have the volume I needed today. So come on in. Hi, Brooke and Pat are together, and I would imagine you have a drink or two or three. If I know my friends well, that's what's going on. Hi, Donna. How are you? Everybody come on in. We are going to have some fun today. As I am drinking, now I'm being good. I am drinking from my Linda Montavon cup. Linda Montavon had this made for me. Onward with Molly and Cooking with Molly. I have sweet tea with no additives. Unlike my friends, Brooke and Pat. That's all I'm going to say about that. But yes, sweet tea, girl. Sweet tea. That's what I'm drinking. She even got me a flexi straw to go with it, which is great. So let me see if I can get this shared one place. Hold on. We're going to copy the link. And I'm going to do my thing here. And I'm going to go to Newsfeed. And I'm going to put this here. Let's see if I can do this right. Paste. Oh, yeah. That was good. Okay. Okay, so I got that done. So now I can go back to seeing what I'm doing. So, well, okay, look, we got a few people in here. Hello, Maria. Oh, boring. That's okay. Beer and Jim Beam, honey, here. Girl. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Sue. How are you? I know I'm a couple of minutes early, but it always happens. We had to make sure everything would link up with the sound and all of that good stuff with me moving around the kitchen. We're going to be working on the stove today, but also we're going to give you a really light, easy dessert because these Philly cheesesteak stuffed shells will kind of fill you up. So, oh, and Chad, I don't know if Chad's on. Chad may have had plans today. I'm not sure, but if not, I'm sure he'll catch the replay. Hello, Shauna. How are you? Thanks for joining. And for those of you who are coming in for the replay, thank you for coming in and watching the replay. Hi, Leslie. How are you? Thanks for joining. We are going to let's take it back a little bit. This is like my fourth week doing this, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth week. Yeah, so it's like almost a month. This is great. I love this. And what I'm going to tell you is if you know people who like to cook new things, if you know people that just like to watch goofy people try to act like they know how to cook, then what I'm going to tell you is share this. Share this on your page. You never know what somebody would like. And even your healthy folks, every now and then, they always fall off the wagon. So that's okay, right? It's okay. So I've been getting a lot of questions in my private messages. I guess people, they either ask them and I didn't see it, so I thought I would answer a couple of them. One of them was, how long have you... Oh, the cookies were great. Yay, glad to hear that. Hi, Gwenda. How long have I been cooking? I've been cooking as long as I can remember. Compliments of my mom. I mean, Mom had me in the kitchen with her. I can say that my early memory is probably like 5 or 6 years old doing the little stuff, like helping her out and stirring and that kind of stuff, running to get stuff. And then she would start showing me as I got older things that I didn't like doing, but she said I needed to know how to do those things. So, and it's true what they say. You may not get it when you're younger, but as you get older, you're like, man, I am really glad that she kind of like taught me that. So that's where I was. And of course, little did I know that when I was 16, my mom got cancer and she didn't last long. It was just a few months. And so here I was. She left me with all this cooking experience. And I knew that no matter what, there was always something I could do. And that was cook for people because people liked what I cooked. And I've always ventured out. I'll find a recipe and I'll say, oh yeah, that was okay. But I think if it had this, this, and this in it, I think it would be better. So that's a lot of times it's not that I originate a recipe. It's that I find something and I just feel like it needs something else and I work it until I find something else. The biggest challenge for me coming on here with you all, hi Tracy, is that I cook by taste. I have always cooked by taste. People thought that I just didn't want to share. People would come over, people who didn't like blue cheese dressing, thought it was disgusting, would have my blue cheese dressing, which was my mom's, and would say, you got to give me the recipe. And I would be like, okay, I'm hoping that I can give you the recipe, but because I'm like, does it need more sour cream? Okay, let me put on a little bit. That's how I was. So it was really, really hard for me to be able to do this because when people are cooking, most people do need a recipe. So, you know, don't think if I say I don't have a recipe on something I share by picture, I'm really being honest. The only recipe I will not share, and yes, I will tell you I will not share it, is my recipe for honey bun cake. And yes, you can find 100 recipes out there for honey bun cake, but that is my secret recipe because that is something that I send to people when I'm thinking about them with Project Smile, whatever it is. And everybody's got to keep something for themselves, right? Everybody has to. Hi, Chatty. Chatty is on here. Yes, he is. So thanks, Chad, because I know you could be out doing stuff with your friends, and here you are with your Aunt Molly. So thank you very much. That's all I'm going to say. So that's how it is. So a lot of times you'll see something and I can't really share it, but I need y'all to know I'm working on it. I really am working on it. It's been a real challenge for me for the last 3 years to sit here and try to figure out with every recipe I fix what exactly I put in something. Mackenzie's with you. That's right. Hey, Mac, how are you? Y'all probably crazy. You probably driving your mother crazy. I know you two when you get together. Just saying. I know how you are. So y'all behave. See the spatula? Behave. Okay, I have a joke for you. I have a cooking joke. Lee told me this cooking joke a while ago before I was doing the show, and I said, oh my gosh, I have to share it with everybody. So here we go, okay? How do you cook an alligator? Everybody think. How do you cook an alligator? In a crock pot. It's funny. I don't care who you are. It's funny. I'm just saying. It is funny. So everybody better be laughing because that was funny. How you cook an alligator? In a crock pot. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So people also ask me, my apron, do I wash my apron after every time? If you could see my apron, no, I do not. Should I? Probably. Do I? No. I only have, I have this apron that Lisa Wilbur had made for me, Chef Molly, which I absolutely, can you see it? I absolutely love. But I don't have a lot of aprons. I need them, but I need to start looking. The other thing was a couple of things, somebody wanted to know where did I get this, because every time I fix something, I always have this to do my mixing. I don't think you can get this anymore. I know this is Tupperware because I've had it for umpteen years. So I went and looked on the site the other day, and they have some things that are similar, but they're not this. Now, what's really cool about this is this has a lid, too, with just a hole in it that you can actually, stick your mixer in so it doesn't go flying all over the place. It actually has that. I don't know if they have one. They had one that looked thinner. I wasn't real crazy about it. But I've had this forever. It's got divots in it, so I can't tell you. I can't give you the link for this because there is not one. I have been giving you links to the things you've asked for, like the cookbook, the vertical cookbook that I absolutely love. I finally found. I put that up on my Onward page, Cooking with Molly, and then also I think I put it up on my personal page too. So you'll have to go down a little bit, but it's there. So let's get started. We're going to start with the, of course, the stuffed shells because they got to cook for just a little bit. So I'm going to take this. I'm trying something different. I have 2 different stands now. And rather than trying to move you around, I'm going to try to take you over to this new stand. So everybody close your eyes. Don't get dizzy. And I'm going to try to make this happen. So hold on. Let me see if I can get this done without cutting everything off. Plus, I have to take me watching me over here. Is that spooky? Me watching me. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to try real hard to see if I can get this right. Lee was like, do you think you got it? And I'm like, baby, I think I got it, but I'm not sure, baby. And that's kind of how we roll. Okay, hold on. So I need to make sure that you can see. Okay, so give me some thumbs up, give me yay, 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 give me something to make sure that you can see. I think I have this right, but just to make sure that I have this right for you guys. I think I do. So, yeah, let's hope I do. Oh, yeah, there y'all are. Thank you so much. Hi, Kathy Bruce. I see you on here. Thanks for joining. You can see the skillet, Lee, but Lee, there's a pan here, too, that I'm moving. Hopefully you can see it. Because all they need to see is the skillet right now. They don't need to see me. This is all about the food. So you're going to see over here to the right, I have all the ingredients as we're going to be using. Also understand that once this is done, I am going to post a picture of it, and then I am going to put the recipe with the picture. Now you can follow me as I'm doing this, and you can write down the amounts, and I will tell you, but I am going to put this on the picture of the recipe when we complete today. And then also when I put the YouTube up, it will also be in the description of the YouTube also. So I'm really excited. I haven't fixed this in a long time, and I have done a couple of variations. So I'm going to tell you about those. So be listening to what I'm saying, because the recipe I'm going to share, I'm just making a couple of little changes today because I've tasted it before and I want to make sure it's just as good. So I've got my oven preheating to 350. Okay, so you want to do that. Make sure it's 350. You're going to have some sort of casserole dish. It doesn't matter if it's metal or glass, but I made sure that I did my glass. I'm going to go ahead and spray that just on the bottom, just a little bit with some Pam so that that's ready to go. So this is what we're using with this. As the pan's heating up just a little bit here, I'm going to start with some lean ground beef. And it doesn't have to be lean ground beef. You can obviously strain some of the oils off if you need to for this. And we are also going to have some onion and some bell pepper, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, kosher salt, pepper, black pepper. Did I say pepper? Oh, green pepper and then pepper. And then we're going to use a couple of different cheeses. And I'm going to show you some shortcuts you can do different than what I did, because you know I'm the one who loves to cook, and I just want you to be able to cook, enjoy it, have fun with it, and say, oh my gosh, I can fix something that's easy, that's affordable, and the whole family will love it. And I think on this one, the whole family will love it. Okay, let me see. Oh, Jess is here. Jess is here. Yay, my daughter-in-law is here. By the way, I'm going to have to share a picture. I just saw a picture of her and my son and my granddaughter. They were out gallivanting today, it looks like, doing some fun stuff. And you just got to see how beautiful she is. There's a picture of her and my granddaughter that, oh, I'll tell you, we got lucky. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I got to say about that. Okay, so the pan's starting to heat up, and I'm going to start with a pound of hamburger. Now, this is a little over a pound. Don't worry about just getting a pound. As you can see, I wanted to show you this. Do you see how I freeze my hamburger? Look at this. Do you see how thin this is? I buy hamburger in like 3-pound packages, and this is so funny because I saw this on TikTok, right? And you take and you put a pound of this and you just press it down. You just put it down flat and you press it down. It helps for storing so that you don't have those big clumps of hamburger in there. And boy, does it defrost a lot quicker too. So just a little thing that when I pick up a little thing like that can make your life easier, I definitely want to share it with you. And look how easy it comes out. Oh yeah, here we go. That's easy enough. All right, I can hear that starting to sizzle a little bit. Okay. And we're going to get this going here. Let that start up, and we're going to brown this up. I told you that the oven is set to 350. Now, when you're browning this, sometimes you're here when we'll do hamburger. We will do it, and I'll say, okay, you just want to get it done. It's okay if it's a little pink. With this, you want to make sure that your hamburger is well done. Well done, okay? I don't mean burnt. There is a difference. But what I'm saying is, you know how sometimes a couple of the pieces can actually get like a deep brown crust on it? That's okay. That's okay, because we're going to put a cheese sauce on this. And I have to tell you, once we get that cheese sauce on here that is so easy to make, you are just going to wonder where this recipe has been. Now, I know a lot of you are sitting home. A lot of the Texas people are trying to thaw out, and I hear all the bad weather that's all over the country, which is, you know what, everybody wonders why I moved to North Carolina, and now I'm a little scared, because if it can happen to Texas, it can happen to anybody. Can I just say that? But I know a lot of you did not have any heat, and I know that the water was not there, and such a bad thing. Such a bad thing. But you know what? If you're watching me right now, you're strong enough and you're coming through it, and that's what I love, that you're strong enough for sure. Let me see here. I'm trying to make sure that this is still, I know Lee is watching this too, so he'll let me know if something's not right. We're just going to let this get a little bit high. Now you're going to see, this isn't producing a lot of fat, but what it is producing is some water, because of course after freezing it, you always get some water in your ground beef. All right, so we have this going. Now, as soon as we get this all browned up, I'm going to remove this actually from the stove. So let me see here. I didn't prepare for that. Oh, yes, I did. Here, I have this. 1 second here. We're going to put this in something, because we're not going to leave this in here continually. Hey, and how about this gadget? I know a lot of you have Pampered Chef people that you support. I have an awesome Pampered Chef lady, but how about this? This thing, I tell you, I had one, I could not find it, I lost it, I had to go back to my Pampered Chef lady and get another one. It breaks down your burger, your chicken, whatever it is, into bite-sized pieces so you don't have chunks. It's so hard to do that with a spoon. It'll go all over the place. I absolutely love this thing. Lee uses it too. A lot of times if we're fixing tacos or I'm fixing chili mac, which we're going to have here in the next week or so, he will come over here, even with Lee's eyesight, and he will put on a light and he will sit over here with this and get it broke up just perfectly. So that's coming along good. This is going to be done in just a couple of minutes, which is good. So let's let the oil heat that up a little bit. There we go. So my daughter-in-law does Pampered Chef. So Deborah, you have one of these. Yes, I got to tell you. Okay, so look. Y'all see? Look at the, I told you I didn't wash. This is from the Bailey's pie. Last time I cooked. I told you I do not. All right, I'm going to start looking for aprons. That's all. I'm going to start looking for aprons so that I can have a different one. Oh, sorry, babe. Like that? Isn't that great? When Lee tells me something's bothering him, I just do it more. I am such a bad girl. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so if you're just coming in late, I'm going to tell my joke again because it was a really good joke, no matter what you think. So, all of you who heard it, shh, don't give the answer away. So, how do you cook an alligator? Dun, 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 dun. In a crock pot. Oh my gosh, I laugh every time like it's the first time. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. In a crock pot. Yes, in a crock pot. Yeah, mix and chop. Oh, thank you. Mix and chop by Pampered Chef. See, I just call it my hamburger breaker upper. Don't go looking for that. Don't go looking for that. If you're looking for hamburger breaker upper or chicken chopper or whatever that look like, you are not going to find it. So, see, I have experienced people who are following me on here. Just saying. Okay? I have my own names for everything. Thank you very much. My own names for everything. And this would be, I call it a chicken chopper, hamburger breaker upper. That's what this is. Everybody say it together. Yes. So this is very good. And see, this is good too. This is so nice and lean. So I'm not going to have to remove the oils because you want a little bit of oil to stay in here. Once I remove this, we're going to leave a little bit of oil in here, and I'm going to show you why in just a minute. So let's give this just another minute or two. Look at that. We got all those pieces broke down there. Oh, here it is sizzling now. Sizzle, 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 sizzle. Here we go. So, I was on my Friday night call last night, and boy, I'll tell you, we had a lot of Avon representatives that were on there, and if you're watching this and you don't have an Avon representative, I'll tell you, you need to get you one. You know how they say, get you some? Well, you need to get you one, for sure. I'll tell you, the things that our company is coming up with is amazing, but what's even better is the things that they're doing for the representatives. We had thousands upon thousands upon thousands of Marriott gift cards that were earned by representatives because they had killer sales, getting new customers, sharing what it is that they love. I just, so daggone proud of so many of my tribe. And my team killed it. They earned over 90 of them. So you know what? If you're looking for a side hustle, and you're my people, you need to come on. You need to come on and go to Beauty with Molly and get signed up. But if you have an Avon representative and you're like, man, I need some side money, you need to contact them, get on board, and be part of something bigger than you could imagine. And the great thing is you can do it your way. You don't have to be big. If you need money for the electric bill, whatever that is, tell you what, if you're not scared to share a brochure or to share on social media, we've got a lot of great things to offer. Okay, so let me turn this down just a little bit for a minute. I'm going to turn this down. I did have it on about a 6. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hamburger and I'm going to spoon this out of the pan. Okay, let's get this done. You don't have to get all the fluid, all the grease and stuff off of it, but just a little bit. I just kind of give it a 1-up like that because this is going to go back into the pan eventually. And I can tell this is probably about 1.25 pounds. But it's okay. And, just another little safeguard. You know how sometimes it'll say, okay, do 1 pound, and then it'll tell you, put 2 tablespoons of ketchup in this, or do this, or do that. And then normally what I do, or Worcestershire, or sauce, I just give it another little flick if it's a little bit more meat. That's just what I do. And put a little bit more flavoring in there. Okay, so we got the majority of this out here. All right, and then the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to take a small sweet onion. Okay, I've already chopped it up. But this is about 1 cup of chopped onion. This is what this measures out. 1 cup of chopped onion. And I'm going to take a small green pepper. I've already chopped it up. And this is about 1 cup. Because I got a big one and I only used half of this. Oh, there's something about onions when they hit the pan. I mean, seriously. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we are going to... And I'm also going to take 2 tablespoons, and this is like 2.5, of butter. And yes, I do use real butter. But if you want to use, I can't believe it's not butter, or one of those, you go ahead. You go ahead. Remember, there is no right or wrong here. It's what you need. So take this recipe according to what you need in your diet, which in my case, it's just good daggone food. I can't believe it's not butter. Let me tell you something. When I tasted it, I couldn't believe they were calling it butter, but that's just me. That's just me. So we're going to take this, and we just want this to get, we don't want to like cook it to death, but we definitely want it to be, I want you to think of when you get a real Philly cheesesteak. And when you do, those peppers and those onions are just right. Just right. And that's what we're trying to do here. So we're going to leave this in a single file here. We're going to let this, I'm going to turn this up to between a 5 and a 6. And we're going to let that cook just a little bit. Let me see what y'all are saying. Okay, you use Redbubble too. See, I'm glad that some of you like me, okay? You just like me. I can't believe it don't taste like butter. Ooh. Oh, is the sun out where you got this? Look, the sun's out where I'm at too. It's really windy, which makes it colder than what it really is. But it was so good to see that sun rise. We've had a lot of rain here in North Carolina. Been crazy rain. I tell you, I was going to start building an ark. I said that last week, I think, because it was raining then, and I can't believe we don't need an ark. They still say that we haven't had enough moisture. I can't believe that, but that's apparently what the weatherman says. Hey, but what do they know, right? Let's be clear. Half the time, they're the only people I know who can call it wrong every single time and still keep a job. I don't understand that either. Okay, so these peppers and onions are coming along. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Look at that. Now this is, don't think that all this is oil. It is not. We did not have that much in here. Remember, with peppers and with onions, they always give off water. That's what they do. When you cut them and you put them in a bag, you'll wake up the next day and go, why is there all this water? And where this pepper is I cut off, why is that in the bag? Because it's full of water. So, but this is going to help when we're doing the cheese sauce, so we're okay with this. We are okay with this. Look what I did. I always do that every time I cook. Did I don't tell you I'm a sloppy cook? Look, everything is like, I got to keep wiping everything because I am such. If you're a sloppy cook, shout out. Shout out to you, okay? I love you because I'm not alone. I might be a good cook, but boy, am I a sloppy cook. All right. Ba-dum-bum. Here we go. Great thing about this, we have that little bit of grease from the hamburger in there. So now all those flavors of that burger that was just simmering in here, that is all cooking with this. So there's nothing like, look, I like layered stuff, but there's nothing like the combination. Nothing like it. All right, let me get my little spatula thing over here because I know I'm going to need it. Let's see here. All right. Okay, my stove is ready. It's off of preheat now, so that's good. Come on, pepper and onion. Come on. All right, I'm starting to get just a brown hue to the onions here. Hopefully you can see that. If I bring this up a little closer, you can see the discoloration now of the peppers, which is good. That's what you want. When you can start seeing those peppers change a little bit of color, perfect. Look at that. Okay, so we have this ready. Now what we're going to do is we are going to add the beef back to the pan, okay? So don't bring it too far because you're going to add all this back, all right? Let's get all this stirred in a little bit here. Oh, yeah. Get this stirred up first. I still have it on the same heat. I have not reduced it yet. We're still like between a 5 and a 6. And the reason you don't want to peel off all that juice and a little bit of that grease too, guys, is you don't want this to be really dry. You don't, because I don't know about you, but there is something about that Philly cheesesteak that when you grab it with both hands and you're eating it and all that juice is running down your arms and you're like, yeah, this is a good sandwich. Just saying. This is a good sandwich. So here we go. Oh yeah, that's absolutely perfect. Okay, so what are we going to put in here next? So now we're going to add, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of ketchup, okay? 2 tablespoons of ketchup here, so we're going to put that in. Make sure we don't lose any of that. Okay, so we're going to get 2 tablespoons of that. And then we're going to put the Worcestershire sauce in. Worcestershire. This is a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. I don't like that word, but I do like the way it tastes. Okay, let's do this. Let's get this stirred in. All right, now I'm going to take a half a teaspoon of pepper, and I'm going to take a half a teaspoon of kosher salt. Now, I like to cook with kosher salt. I just do. But if you just use a half a teaspoon of whatever salt, I wouldn't do seasoned salt, but like your regular iodine salt, that's okay. So I'm going to put that in there because you know you always need a little salt and pepper. I'm going to cut this down right now to about a 4. Okay? We're going to get this all mixed up here. Look at this. We're going to stir it in. Okay. Oh boy. This smells good. You can smell that Worcestershire sauce and wow, this is crazy. Okay, so I'm going to cut the heat off now, okay? I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to move my pan. Let me get these salts and peppers over here. I'll tell you what I didn't tell you about. Now, when you use the stuffed shells, these are what I use. You can use any brand you want to. But you got to make sure that they're jumbo shells, okay? Make sure that they are jumbo shells. And I cook these according to the package. And you want to do this ahead of time so that you can actually, so that you can handle them. I'll show you, I cooked mine. They're in here. They're cold, which is fine. And I cooked mine in the boiling water for 12 minutes. 12 minutes, and they're perfect. You don't want them, sometimes they break apart. You can't help that. But you want to make sure that they're not so done. You want them done. You don't want them al dente, but you don't want any pasta so that it's just falling apart. So for me with the jumbos, doing that, let's see if I can put this over here. I'm trying to make sure you can see it. I think you can. You don't really need to see me spoon it, so we okay. So I always take a slated spoon. I know you can use bigger ones too. I'm just really messy. So what I'm going to do with this, I take it off the heat so it doesn't continue cooking. And what I do is I start putting the hamburger mixture in here. That's why I use a tablespoon slotted spoon. Because as you can see, boy oh boy, it goes on there. And what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start layering those in the pan. So let's see if we can get this done. I'm going to move these over here so that I can do this faster. See this one? Here's a perfect example. See how this side broke off? Don't waste it. It's high. It's just a little damaged, like me. You've heard me say that. I'm just a little damaged. Lee will tell you I'm probably very damaged. But I'm just saying, you want to take these. They don't have to be perfect. Just kind of lean them up against one another. Normally, they say that this will make about 24 shells. I may get a few more out of it. Because, again, I did like a quarter more of ground beef. Who knows? We'll see. I kind of fill them bad boys up, as you can see. Putting them in there. This is the lengthiest part of the whole thing, okay? So that you know, everything else is going to be so easy. And this isn't hard. This is just time consuming. This is, probably going to take us about 10 minutes here. Oh, imagine that, 10 minutes. And we are going to like to get some of those peppers and stuff in there too. Okay, we're going to get that in there, and we're just going to slam it on in there. Let's see what we got. Open it up, and we are going to put that in there. Yep. Now, somebody told me one time that when they do stuffed shells like this, they just put them in the pan and do it. Well, I would be too tempted just to throw the meat right over it. So I actually do the stuffing. That seems the right way to do it. So here we go. Oh my gosh, this stuff really smells good. I haven't fixed it in so long, I forgot. Don't be scared of the juices either. Put the juices in there too. That's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Okay. Here we go. So, the other thing is too, listen, some of you guys are cooks out there. You're watching me, but you're cooks out there too. So if you got some great recipes that you want to share, oh my gosh, send them to me. All my information is down below. It should be tagged to the bottom. My emails, or you can PM me or DM me, whatever you want to call it. You can do all of that. I love to try new recipes. Now, I'm going to tell you, don't give me nothing with tofu. Don't give me no tofu. I do not do tofu. I am a Southern girl at heart, and I'm telling you, real Southern girls don't eat tofu. I'm just going to say that. You can disagree with me. I'm just telling you how I feel. Who wants to know what time it is? Michaela, come on, girl. It'd only take her a few hours to get down here. All right, here we go. We're putting this in here. And these are, oh, God, they're so good. Oh, now see, if I wasn't on tape, do you know what I'd be doing? Like, because these noodles are done, I'd be like, well, let me just try this and make sure this is good. Let me just eat this one without the cheese sauce because I need to know if it's good. Yeah, that would be me. Lee says, how come you don't eat at dinner? Because I'm taste testing the whole time. That's why I don't eat. Too busy getting it all together. So, and as you can see, look, there's nothing fancy to this. It's not, if you're looking for something that's lined up exactly right and perfect, let me tell you something. A real cook is not perfect. I know you're looking for the picture where I'm putting a little bit of parsley leaves and all. I don't need trees on my plate for something to taste good, okay? I don't need presentation. I need to know when it hits the palate in your mouth and it hits your tummy that you're just so glad you showed up. That's what I need. All right, let's see. Now, see, this one is a little, we're going to hold on to that one in case we need another one. That one was a little bit ripped. We can still use it, but we're going to make sure we have enough burgers for all the rest of this. And I'm going to tell you guys, now I believe Lee and I figured this out, that in a box of the jumbo shells, at least in the Barilla, that there are 35 shells. And yes, I cooked them all because I really didn't know how much. And look, even if you don't have any of this left, put those shells in the refrigerator. Heat yourself up a little spaghetti sauce. Put a little Parmesan cheese on that bad boy and have it for dinner the next day or for lunch or for breakfast. I'm not judging you. Whatever you need to do. Okay, so we're going to do this. Hold on now. We're just about done with this part of it. Ba-dum-bum, ba-bum-bum. Let's get those bad boys in here. Let me bring all this together so I can see how much we have left, and it's easier to spoon. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. So yeah, as far as other recipes, guys, I would love to try one of your recipes. I take recipes that other people give me, I copy them, I write them down, I put them in my, I have a notebook of recipes I've never tried before, but I want to try, and I keep them in there. But I also write down who sent it to me, and where you're from, if you let me know, because I'd love to say, this came from so-and-so from, Alaska or something like that. That would be good. Excuse me. Now, also, I just got done making another thing, a German chocolate crack. Actually, a couple of people have bought it. I guess they missed it the last time I did it. They didn't know I did it. So I did up a whole thing of German chocolate crack because I had people in my family and close friends who I send baked goods to them on their birthdays. And I just fixed some Reese's peanut butter fudge last night, and we gave some of that away on the live stream last night. Matter of fact, Chatty got some of that. I pulled his name because he simply shared the broadcast. So how wonderful was that? I know Chatty's happy. Okay, so Hold on one second. Yes, we are going to have some left here, but that's okay. Let me get this in here. This one won't have as much, but we'll just put more cheese sauce in that. That's okay. So in the end, we ended up, let's look here. Hold on, let me get my rag, clean my hand up here. We're going to put this back because we're not done with this. We ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Well, they lied because there's more than 35 in here. But right here in this pan, there is 32 of these. And I'm already going to tell you, they heated beautifully. Diane, did you count 30? Now, Diane, hold on, Diane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I counted 31 that time, Diane. Let's go in the middle, Diane. You say 30. I say 32. We take 31, girlfriend, okay? We take 31. I'm good with that. Okay, so now what are we going to do? Okay, so we put everything in the pasta shells. Now, you're going to need 16 ounces of cheese. Now, I don't mean shredded cheese, and you do not want to use shredded cheese for this recipe. It will not work. It will not work. I mean, it will work. You can use it, but it is not the best. It is not the best. So what I did, now look, I cut my cheese up in cubes. This is actually, I decided this time, this is where I switched it up. It should technically be cheddar. I used some Colby Jack here. So this is Colby Jack, but I also had some leftover velvetta. So I've got 8 ounces of velvetta that's cubed up, and I have got 8 ounces of Colby Jack. Now you can use any cheese you want, and you know how you can get them already in the bag, already cubed up? You can do that. Cheat if you want to. You can do that. But because I wanted to do this cheese, it wasn't going to be, so crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cheese, and we're going to start with 1 in each, okay? I know I put 2 in here, but that one's real small. So I'm going to start with 1 of each of the Colby Jack. I'm going to put this right in the shell, right on top of it, okay? This is what we're doing. There we go. Put 1 in here. Because we're only going to use half of this, okay? On each one, we're only going to use half. Let me get him sitting up there. We're going to put this one in here. Here we go. Boom. Boom, boom. Colby Jack, that's a small one. We're going to put another one in here. Come on now. Wow. I haven't made this in so long, I kind of forgot a little bit about it, how we do this. And that's a great thing, I guess, about writing the recipes down. Yep, I'm learning. Okay. Actually, we're going to take that out of there. We're going to put this here. We're going to put this one here. We're going to put this one here, okay? We're going to put this one here. Wow, look at that. Here and here. Okay, I'm going to take this part of the Colby and I'm going to put it away. Now I'm going to take that velvetta and I'm going to put a cube of the velvetta in each one also, okay? There should be 2 cubes, and this one actually didn't. There we go. Let's put that one back. We're going to put 1 in here. Take 1 each, and it's okay if they're right on top. Don't feel like you got to open them back up. Guys, you're going to scoop these out onto a plate. It's going to be aight, so that you know. But I got to tell you something. Velvetta in a recipe, now I'm not somebody who just eats Velvetta just out of the package or anything like that, but Velvetta in just about anything. I put Velvetta in my macaroni and cheese, that crock pot macaroni and cheese that I told you guys I finally got right. Oh my gosh. But I love to put it, in recipes that that just makes, I even put it in my potato soup, and it just makes it so smooth. And there's nothing like Velvetta in a texture of dip how about the queso dip that you can make homemade in the microwave or whatever? Whoo, doggy, that smells so good when that stuff is cooking. All right, let's see. I'm just looking. We missed one here. All right, so I've got Velvetta left, and I've got my Colby Jack or your cheddar, whatever it is. I'm looking again to make sure I didn't leave nobody out. I did. I left him out. He's feeling all alone. He ain't got no velvetta. He's the black sheep. Okay? All right. So we've topped those off with the cubes of cheese. Now, in the same pan, let me turn this back on. I'm turning this between 5 and 6. We're going to bring this back up again. Now, this is where the deliciousness starts, right here. So y'all get ready, because this is easy, but this is where the good stuff happens, right here. We're going to heat this up. Matter of fact, I'm going to try something a little different, because I'm not going to put this back in yet. Hold on. I'm getting my whisk right now, and this is the next thing that I'm going to use. I'm going to take a cup of beef broth, okay? A cup of beef broth. I'm putting that in the pan. Let me bring this. Let me put this light a little bit here by the pan so you can see that. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to take a cup of whole milk. A cup of whole milk, okay? I'm going to put a cup of whole milk in here, okay? And yes, it should be whole, because look, Lee drinks 1% in his shakes and everything, but this really does need to be. And then I've got a tablespoon of cornstarch. Y'all know I use cornstarch a lot. I tell you that all the time. I do. I use it more than I do probably flour and a lot of things. So here I am. Let me get this in here. Make sure that's all coming out. I don't know why it wants to stick in there. It must have got some moisture in it. What in the world, cornstarch? Okay, so we're going to put that in there. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to whisk this up a little bit. Before I turn the heat on, I want to get that cornstarch in that liquid here. So the beef broth, the milk, and the cornstarch, and then we're going to whisk it and make sure all that cornstarch is doing what it needs to do. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the heat back on to about 5. You see there's still a little bit of hamburger drippings in there. All right. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rest of that cheese, and I'm going to put that cheese in here. I'm going to take the rest of that Colby. I'm going to take the rest of this velvetta, okay? I'm going to make a mess, and we're going to put it all over the stove, because I am true to form. I am a messy cook, and I admit it, okay? Now, we're going to heat this up. We're going to watch this melt, and we're going to heat this up, okay? And this is going to thicken as we go, okay? This is going to thicken. Look at that. All right. You should see some steam coming out of there in just a second. I love this whisk. How about this? If y'all, I have all kinds of whisks, but I love this one. It opens up on the end. You can actually grab something. You can hold it together if you need to. This is the coolest whisk. I've been looking for this for a long time. I have the ones where you're always digging stuff out of them and trying to, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to whisk this. All right. So let's keep this going. This is going to heat up. Oh, yeah, I see the cheese starting to melt now. Oh, yes. Now, I'm sure, Lee and I were actually looking. I know that when we get steak and cheese, we also at times we get provolone on it. Provolone just didn't look like it was going to work. I mean, I probably could have, but it cuts a lot different, even different than velvetta, sadly. So I would stick with your block cheese, or go ahead and get your block cheese already cubed out. Just from experiment and seeing exactly what works and what doesn't work, that's what I would do. Okay, let me see. Is to open the bed. Hey, girl, let me tell you something. I would, I say I would love to open a bed and breakfast. Here's the truth, Sue. And thank you for bringing it up. Whenever anybody comes to my house and visits and stays overnight, that's exactly how Lee and I treat it. We treat it like a bed and breakfast. We feed them to where they're like a tick that's going to pop, okay? There are always appetizers here to be done. We're fixing every meal from breakfast in the morning, my Texas toast, French toast, um, and my bacon, of course, is some of the best. Some of the casseroles. We may do a little grilling if the weather is good. I just love to spoil people when they come to my house. We have the pinball machine, and so we set up the pinball tournaments, and we're all playing pinball against one another. It's just always a good time. It's always a good time. So, what happens is I just get to be picky with my bed and breakfast and who I have type deal. I think it's kind of like that. And, but I think to own one and to do it, oh my goodness, between my Avon and just life in general and the fact that I like to come and go as I please, I don't think that's really for me. But do I think that there was a time that I could have been really good at that? Yeah, you know what? I think I could have been. All right, so this, as you see, almost all the cheese is melted here. And we have got this just waiting for it to just get a little bit thicker. Trying to see the thickness of it now. Yeah, I might have to add a little bit more cornstarch. And look, that's what you do. I mean, you see me here. I'm giving it 3 to 5 minutes. But if you're like, you don't want it real thick. But if you're like, oh man, this just isn't thick enough. Now this is getting a little bit more thicker, so glad I haven't done it yet. And that's how you can tell. Lift that pan up just a little bit and whisk down here and see. Do you see how some of that, it's not just going right back down, how it's taking its time? You see that? That's what happens. See how that, okay, it's not like water. So let's give this a little bit longer. This isn't even bubbling yet. Go. Oh yeah, this is just about ready. So I'm going to be a cheater here, and I'm going to grab a spoon, and I'm going to try it, because here we go. It's just starting to bubble now. I see that. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Colby and Velveeta is the winner. Can I just say? Oh my goodness. Goodness. Okay, I'm going to turn the heat off as I'm sitting here still whisking it. Whoo, doggy, that's good. Oh my goodness. Yes, what a match made in heaven. Velveeta and Colby. Who knew? Who knew? Okay, so here we go. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to take about half of this sauce, and I am going to pour this all around the shells here, okay? So let's see if I can do it. Hold on, I'm going to have to get a paper towel here because we know it don't got a pouring in. So Molly's going to make a bigger mess here. So you're going to grab this, and I'm going to start here, and I'm going to start pouring this. Here we go. Here we go. Look at this. Oh, I feel it. Look at that. Holy moly. Hold on now. Hold on. We're going to take this and we bring it up here at the edge. I don't want none of these people to feel left out. Come on, shells. I don't want you left out. Okay, now. Hold on one second. Let me get this up here. Now you can see what I have left, right? I've got, because we're going to do something with that, okay? We're going to do something with that. I'm going to take these right now, and I'm going to stick these in my 350-degree oven for about 15 minutes. Everybody, sorry about this. Alexa, set timer for 15 minutes. Off goes everybody's Alexa now. I'm going to take this cheese sauce. I'm going to put it right over here off the heat, okay? Let me get this whisk and whisk this one more time. Because when that comes out, I'm going to serve this. I'm going to take a spoonful of this, and I'm going to put it over those shells, okay? So we've got that in the oven. So while we're doing that, I'm going to move you. Don't get dizzy. I'm going to move you. Oh, crap. There it goes. I did it. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Come back here. Come back here. Are we still with the gang? Maybe, maybe not. Is the gang still with us? Let's hope so. I don't think Lee's listening. Maybe he is. Are y'all still there? Let's hope you're still there. Oh, Lord. I can't believe I just dropped that like. So here I am. We have that. We're going to come over here. Hold on. Lee's coming down to help me out here. Am I back on? Okay, good. I'm sorry, everybody. Oh, my God. Am I still up loud enough, Lee? You know the great thing about a cooking show when it's live? Just a hair? Okay, hold on. Uh-oh. Hold on. It might be because of this. Hold on, baby. Hold on, guys. Okay. How's that, Lee? Are we good? Are we good? Everybody's the sound good? Not too loud? Okay. Okay. The great thing about a live cooking show is you get to see all the mistakes. So when you think you're not perfect and you can't do it, just remember me, have yourself a good laugh, and just continue. That's what I'm going to tell you. Okay, so let's get back to it. That's cooking. Right now, this is the easiest dessert in the world, so I'm going to show you this because you're going to want something for later after you get done. So hold on 1 minute. I can't believe I just did that. It's that new gooseneck. That's what it is. It's too steady. Okay, so this is called an almost no-bake pineapple dream dessert. Now this is what I'm going to tell you. You do not have to make the crust like I did. I always use graham cracker crumbs because I like to make my own when I'm not in a big hurry because I think it tastes better. I just do. Now when I do this, I take, well let me show you the pan first because you know my square pan, right, that I have? So, and I'm going to show you this a lot better in a minute. Here we go. See my square pan? I've already got this done. I pre-did this. I took 2.5 cups of the graham cracker crumbs, and I also took half a cup of butter, melted butter, mixed it all up, and make sure you mix it. Mix it, mix it, mix it. You don't want a whole bunch of dry stuff. It's going to be fluffy, but you don't want all those dry particles all over the place. I took that. I pressed it into the bottom of the pan. I put it into a 300-degree oven for 10 minutes, okay? So if you want to make your own, it's really, really easy, and I do think that it tastes a lot better. Or you could put it in a pie pan maybe. I've never made it in a pie pan, but you could. You could make it in a pie pan. I'm just saying, you could. But I didn't. I made mine. So if you want to make the crust, that's what you're going to do. That's really easy. So let me take a drink of my sweet tea. Okay. And now we're going to start with this. I'm going to get you down here so that you can see what we're doing. This one is so much easier. Oh my gosh. We're going to make sure you can see what I'm doing here. I think you can. Yeah, I think that's perfect. So you guys let me know. How is that? Can you see that bowl and everything? Yep, Lee says good. All right. So what are we going to need for this? You're going to need 8 ounces of cream cheese. You're going to need a stick. Hear me. A 1/2 cup of butter, which is just a stick of butter. And you're going to want to make sure that it's softened, that it's room temperature. You're going to need 2 cups of powdered sugar. You're going to need an 8-ounce container of Cool Whip or whipped topping. And you're going to need a 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple. But you have to make sure that you have drained this well. Get yourself a strainer, put it in there. I actually put rubber gloves on, and I squeeze it so that it looks like this. You'll see there's no drippy. It's almost like, wow, like all that juice is out of that, okay? That's what you want. That's probably the hardest thing of it, to be honest. Let me see here. Hold on. So what are we going to do first? We made the crust. I made the crust already. It's ready. Hey, and that crust has to cool too. Make that ahead of time because once you take it out of the oven, it needs to be completely cooled in order to put anything in it. You're now salted. I'm using salted. Yeah, they said salted or unsalted butter. I'm using salted. Now listen, there's something else I didn't tell you. If you're going to make the graham cracker mixture, I thought all of you were going to cheat and go get a pie thing. But if you're going to make this, you need 2.5 cups to do this, but you're only putting 2 cups of the mixture once you mix it with the butter, and then you are keeping a half a cup of it because we're going to do something wonderful with this at the end. But this shows you the texture. This is before it was heated. Do you see this? You see how some parts will hold together there? This is after the butter is in it. You'll see the texture of it, which is completely different than when you take it out of the box. So you're putting 2 cups into the 8x8 or 9x9 pan, whatever it is that you're putting it in. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our block of cream cheese, and where we've softened this already, this has been sitting out. We're going to take the cream cheese and we're going to take the butter, and we are going to whip them together, okay? Let me put this over here, get it out of my way. Okay, so now we're going to whip this until it's creamy. Okay, that's why you want to make sure that your butter is somewhat softened. You don't want it to be clumpy. And you want to make sure this is really, really creamy. And you'll know, because first it's just clumpy. Grab this handle and let's put this up. And we are going to make sure that we are doing this. Okay, here we go. Now what I'm going to do, I told you that I had 2 cups of powdered sugar. We are going to take little at a time. Now, don't put it all in here or you're going to have powder face, okay? Nobody want powder face. You look like you've been doing the Rice Krispies and you come out with flour all over. We're going to take this a little at a time on a low speed, and we are going to, a little at a time, put this into the mixture, okay? Hold on. We're going to do this. We're just going to keep incorporating a little bit of it at a time, okay? And I'm going to help it. Bring this all around. And it will get really smooth. So don't, oh, it's too much, Molly. No, it's not too much. You're all right. Just keep. Let me get all this in here. Look how smooth that's turning out. Reminds me of a really nice icing, right? Okay, going to turn this down. I'm going to put the rest of this in here. Okay, here we go. Let's get it so I don't have sugar face, powder face, flour face, whatever. Let's turn it up again. And let's get all of this combined. Going to incorporate it all. Watch this. Okay, sometimes if you take it to the side, you can grab all of that. And you see that mixture there. It is really, really smooth. Look how fluffy and smooth it is. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside. Now I'm going to take a tablespoon. Okay, I'm not really measuring, but can we be real? About a tablespoon. I don't know if it is. Maybe it's a little bit too. And you're going to put a tablespoon of that into this, okay? And we are going to stir it. And yes, it's going to be clumpy because of it, but that's okay. We're going to stir this in right into this mixture. See? We're going to, you see all the clumpies. Now, it doesn't make the cream cheese and butter and stuff, doesn't make that, but you'll see that because it's got pineapple in it, that's what's going on. So we're going to take this, we're going to do this really well. And now I'm going to pull this over. Okay, I'm going to pull this over, and I am going to put this on top of the graham cracker crust. Okay, now a lot of ways, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to do it. I'm going to clump it. Watch this. I'm going to clump. I'm going to clump. Okay. Again, guys, get you some good spatulas. You don't want to leave stuff in here. Seriously, don't leave the good stuff in the bowl. You need to get it all out. So we're going to take this out. Here we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread it out. As you can see, it's not difficult to spread out. Again, very easy recipe. Look at this. We're going to get this all spread out. Look at those like little pieces of crushed pineapple in there. I love pineapple. So for me, anytime I see a pineapple dessert, I just go a little crazy for it. That's all. So here we go. We got that. Look at that, all smoothed out like that. Let me see if I can get some of this off of here. Okay. All right, so there we go. So I'm going to set this right over here for a minute. I'm going to get another bowl, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take okay. I'm going to take this whipped topping, the whole thing of Cool Whip. I know. I could probably get store brand. I'm a Cool Whip cream. I'm a snob. Cool Whip snob. That's me. I'm going to take this. I'm going to put this into the bowl, okay? Every last bit of it, all 8 ounces. Just get a small container, right? And yes, I saved those containers because I put leftovers in them. I'm going to take the rest of the crushed pineapple, okay? Going to take the rest of that, throw this in the sink, take the rest of this, and I am going to mix all this together, okay? Here we go. Just want to make sure that you don't have just a clump of pineapple somewhere. You want to make sure that that's all mixed good. Here we go. Here we go. Get all that mixed up. Okay, so now we're going to take this, and we're going to put this, and again, we're going to clump it. We're just going to take it and clump it, and then we're going to spread it out. We're going to take this, and we're going to put this on top of, and now we're going to spread this out, okay? We're going to spread this out. Look at this. We're going to spread this out. I'm going to give you all a little secret to this too in just a minute, but let me finish this up because I know our stuff's going to beep here in just a minute. And no, it has to be a whipped topping, not ready whipped cream. That will disintegrate, so no, you can't do that. But you can get like your store-bought. It has to be in the frozen section. This is completely different than a whipped cream. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to put this here. Now watch. Let me get, I guess I put my spoon away. Dummy me. Now I'm going to take this, that extra crust I told you about, and I'm going to put this all over the top. We're going to put this all over the top. Yes, we are. Look at that. Look at that. Woo, doggy. Look at that. Just sprinkle it until you don't see any white. You know what I'm saying? Just keep sprinkling. And don't feel like, if you're left-handed like I am or right, just keep moving that pan, man. Make this work for you. Move it around. You know what I'm saying? Let's move it around here. Let's get some more on here. If you don't like graham crackers, you don't got to do this step. I think it's delicious, especially with what I'm about ready to tell you to do before you serve it. Hold on. And you see, we put that in for 15 minutes. This dessert is done, is basically done, except it does need to sit in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 hours. And unlike last week, I did not make another one because this is a whole lot of dessert here, even though it's an 8x8. Okay, so look here. I am putting that all over. Here we go. Let's get it over here in the corner. So, this is ready. Okay, this is ready. This has to go in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 hours before you slice into it. But let me tell you, okay, I'm going to move it up here because we're done with that. Let me tell you what you can do now. Y'all, now, have y'all ever had edible arrangements where they give you chocolate-covered pineapple? Jesus need to take my wheel right now because I'm thinking about it. Like chocolate-covered pineapple is the most amazing dessert. Alexa, stop. Is the most amazing dessert ever, right? When you put a slice of this on the little serving dish, I want you to take some Hershey syrup. Hershey syrup. I want you to take it and I want you to drizzle it all over it. Okay, not a lot, just enough on individual slices. After you slap your mama, okay? After you slap your mama, you need to make this and tell me how you liked it. Okay, perfect on time. 15 minutes, and now they're ready. I'm going to bring them over here, so hold on. I'm going to leave this right here. Let me slap this dessert in the fridge because I know Mr. Bibb's going to want some tonight. Let's do this. Hold on. Oops, better move that. That's not a good idea. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So I'm going in the oven to get the Philly cheesesteak stuffed shells. Hold on. Where are they at? Okay. Turn this oven off. Clear. Woo! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can you smell it? Smell a vision. Smell a freaking vision, baby. Okay. Okay. Somebody give me a drum roll. Just need to say that. Give me a drum roll. I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it in my head. I'm hearing the drum roll. I'm taking you down. Here we go. Hold on. Taking you down for the kill here. Taking you down for the kill here. Hold on. I'm taking you down. Here we go. How do you see that amazing freaking oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is wow. Can I just say double wow? I forgot how good it was. Now we know what the last step calls for. Now I'm going to put it on a plate with you there, and before Lee Bibb tastes it, before he tastes it, I'm going to show you about drizzling the cheese and everything, what that's like. So hold on. Where is my good thing that I want here? Hold on. Where be it? Okay, so I'm just going to take one or two. I'm not going to take them all because we're going to sit down and eat dinner after this. But I want Bibb to be able to try this. Hold on now. Hold on. Just going to take two. Now I'm going to grab some of that goodness over here. Hold on. Let me grab the goodness. Where's the goodness? The goodness of that cheese sauce. Okay. Now you see that goodness of that cheese sauce right there? Do y'all see that? That is what you're going to do. You're going to spoon some of that over. Okay? And now I'm going to bring this up. Mr. Bibb, hold on. I'm going to feed you because that's always sexy. And they like a little sexy from us, Mr. Bibb, so we're okay. I'm going to feed him. Hold on. It is so, Donna, oh my goodness, so delicious. Okay, so watch. Hold on. I know. Don't get dizzy. I see it moving around. Okay, Bibb, hold on. This is going to be hot. I'm just telling you. Blow on it for a moment. Look at the cheese oozing. Oh my gosh. Okay, ready, Bibb? It's so good. Is it good? Okay, it's my turn. I got to do it. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me.
Phyllis is making this.
Oh my goodness. Phyllis is going to make it? Watch. Okay, listen. Velvetta and Colby. I'm telling you. What? Oh, Pat said, have you tried adding coconuts or pecans to the dessert? Pat, I think that's such a great idea. You all need to try that. Now, remember, if you're sharing it, make sure people don't have no nut allergies. You're going to be going to the emergency room. But, Pat, I love that. Pat, that would be like a pina colada, like, dessert. That would be so great. What a great idea. I'm going to try that next time. Oh, my gosh. Here, Lee, you want a bite? Here you go. Oh, my man married me because I could cook. That's it. That's it. Okay. Look, we're a little over an hour here, but you know what? There's nothing like watching someone make it. I know you get me. Even if you have to come back and watch the rest, whatever that looks like, there's nothing like seeing that you can too. And that's why I'm doing this, because you can too. So you want to fix it? You want to take a picture of it when you're done? You want to tag me in it? If you want to be in for...
They can post it right on the Onward with Molly. Right?
Yes, and now I've made it to where you can actually go to the Onward with Molly, Cooking with Molly site, and you can post your picture and tag me right there. And when you do, you have an entry for one of 4 honey bun cakes that I will be making and sending out the beginning of March. Have no clue what I'm cooking next week, but I'm going to think of something really great for you. You guys have a great weekend. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. Ain't nothing like cooking with Molly, you know? Take care, guys. Bye-bye.